What's cracking, everybody? XehrFelrose here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle League content. Today's video, we're taking a shoutcast from the Little Catch Cup on board here with a really interesting pick, Greavard. Now, I know Greavard wasn't released this season, been around a couple of times in the past few months, but if you don't have one, you could certainly use like a Little Cup Dusclops or something else with that ghost coverage to destroy Bronzor, which is incredibly... What Greavard does here is it just annihilates the Bronzor safe swaps. So these battles were taken in the veteran ELO range. Many thanks to Hot Cheese Thief for submitting these battles. I tried a version of this team because I had a spare Greavard with horrible IVs. But I couldn't make the same team that they used, so I wasn't able to get the same effect. But Greavard itself, I did get some effects with. And even at, up in the 3,000 ELO range where I was trying the team out, by the way, the Qs are incredibly terrible. So I had one set of that and I was done. But... team is incredibly strong from my experience, and these battles are here to prove it. So let's check out these games in the Little Cup, Catch Cup. With why is it that both my team, and this trainer's team both end up with this Pokemon? Blissey and Chansey in the first battle. What are the odds, dude? Anyway, this is the Cheese team. I was instructed to let everyone know that this is indeed called the Cheese team because of how much it just cheeses things. So Greavard is apparently the safe swap here, and because Chansey takes like 3 years to get to a move here, opponent comes in with the Azumarill, gonna go for that Shadow Ball, that hard-hitting stab Shadow Ball here. And like I said, if you don't have a Greavard, most people probably have access to Seel and Cottonee. Cottonee's been in the wild. Seel had that Spotlight Hour, so Greavard might be the only thing here you might not have. So if you have something that like is a Dusclops, right? Something that is able to absorb, as a ghost type, is able to absorb that normal type tackle damage from Bronzor, and is able to hit back with ghost type damage, you're in a good spot. I feel like that would be any good substitute for this team. Opponent's Azumarill goes for the Ice Beam. Perhaps they're not running Play Rough, or it's a single move to Azumarill, I don't know. Like I said, these battles were taken in the veteran ELO range, so I would imagine that most things here are properly built to where they should be. People are trying to, they're trying to climb in all ELO ranges, but, veteran ELO is like, that's a place where, most of the stuff that you expect to see in a meta starts to kind of come out, right? Like you're probably more than well aware that like at a certain ELO range, I don't want to. Oh my god, this thing's gonna get eviscerated, dude. At lower ELO ranges, trainers are just using what they have, so you're probably not going to see, as many meta teams, and you'll probably see more of people just kind of running what they can with what they have. So I wasn't trying to be mean about it. That's where I was trying to go with it, was just trying to say that people are going to run what they have at lower ELO, and there's a certain point, usually around that Ace Veteran range, where... And then there's this, the Fire Fang Darumaka's here just to destroy Bronzors and Cottonees. I love it, dude. I love it. That you start seeing stuff that's a little bit more, meta-esque, right? Like you're gonna see the Seel, the Bronzor, stuff like that. But the anti-meta stuff, I love when people bring anti-meta spice. No matter what ELO range it's at, I see it all over the place. Flame Charge, all this thing has is fire type damage, I think, but that's still doing a pretty number on this team. Opponent's Fracture, not gonna have the ability to hit 2 times, and now Zoroark. Oh my god, dude, I love Zoroark. It's not good in PvP, but it is like one of my more, favorite Pokemon. This thing is resisting licks, and it's still getting eviscerated by lick from Greavard. And the Psychic Fang is going to be double resisted, but that doesn't matter because the defense is going to drop, and those double resisted, or the single resisted licks, sorry. Double resist Psychic Fang, though, that chunks. Zoroark is very squishy. Getting into the next battle, the little dude, my little boy! Fuecoco's here, dude! I love that thing. Fuecoco, Skeletors, and Crocolore are now my new favorite GBL mons that have ever existed. Fuecoco actually has a good amount of play in this cup with Incinerate. Also has access to Crunch, and I think it also has access... I don't know if it has access to Disarming Voice or not. Someone in the comments can correct me on what other move this thing has, but... Greavard actually has an opportunity to come in here and finish licking down, so the opponent now spends both of their shields. Immediate swap into Greavard to prevent the opponent's Fuecoco from getting more farm here, and shielding up a potential Crunch, because that would hurt a lot. Now, the opponent has 2 back-to-back moves, so unfortunately Greavard not only has to shield twice, but also gets the debuff. And looks like they can lick down, though, easily. Yep, there it is. So now there's no energy, or no shields on either side here. The opponent is going to have to come in with a... Oh, they come in with a Bronzor, dude. This is... Oh, Yes. This is what I came here to see. Yes. Oh, it does so much damage. I don't care that that Bronzor is only 405 CP. That's as XL as it needs to be. That was painful looking. And there's Cottonee in the back. Just floating. It's like, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to destroy this little Marill. I'm just going to destroy his face. After that defense drop, those charms hurt like razor leaves. And here we are. Slowly destroying this poor Marill's soul. And then the opponent decides to concede. Good game. Awkward lead in the next game with a Dino on the lead here. So you can hit the Icy Wind and get the farm here. The nice thing about being here in Little Cup is that everything does damage, right? Even these resisted licks are still adding up fairly well. So even though you don't want to hit them with an Icy Wind, you could certainly go for getting a shield advantage here. And immediately pivots into the Cottonee that does so much damage, the opponent doesn't react in time to swap out their Dino. And there's a Alolan Vulpix in the back. Now, Alolan Vulpix is actually really interesting in this meta. In general in Little Cups too. Powder Snow, Weather Ball, able to do quite a bit here, and the opponent is going to get this farm down. We're going to have to see. Greavard's coming in here. They're going to have to shield up at least one of these Powder Snows, I feel. Might have to shield up a second one. I think the opponent's on their 5 cycle here. So they may be able to get the lick down. Oh, thankfully able to get that lick down. And the opponent's got a Bronzor in the back. Yes, they do, and I think it's running tackle. Oh, yes. Defense dropped on the Bronzor, going straight for the Shadow Ball. I think at this point you just go Psychic Fangs if you need to, but shielding up a potential move here, and then Heavy Slam. I don't know if the opponent's going to get to a second move, but we're going to see if they respect the Shadow Ball or if they're just thinking this is going to be a Psychic Fangs again. These opponents shield it. Nope, they don't. Good game. Opponent picking up on the spice meter, burning their own Greavard, but has to swap out because they are weak to lick as a ghost-type Pokemon. Banking a move, swaps to Greavard here. Now, the nice thing about Greavard is that if any Pokemon is running... Oh my god, that does so much damage. If there's any opponent that's running Tackle, Greavard just eats it like it's nothing. It's the charge moves that are going to be a problem for Greavard, but if the opponent decides not to shield this, they don't get to another move. So, able to keep the switch advantage here. Positive switch advantage with Seal into a Pokemon with Lick, into a Greavard, and the opponent that is weak to Lick, I should say. So we come back in with the Seal here. We have a move loaded, which is really nice. Opponent did not get very much farm off of the Greavard here. And we're going to have to see what the opponent has in the back. Opponent going for an immediate swap. Oh no, it's Bronzor. Oh, the Greavard's gone. What are you going to do? Okay, well, let's see how the trainer decides to handle this. They're going to go... The opponent does have the confusion. Going to go for Icy Wind here again, trying to, reduce the amount of overall damage that this Bronzor is going to be able to put out. 2 shields, and unfortunately going for the move a little bit quick there. You would typically want to go for a few licks just to be able to get some extra damage and energy in between that charge move. So, going to be able to get to the Aqua Tail. Looks like it was on the CMP tie here, or Charge Attack Priority tie. They charge attack priority, dude. I've been saying CMP for so long, I don't think I'll ever not be able to say it. Letting the move go. This is going to be interesting. Psyshock actually does almost nothing, and this is actually putting this down into a range where even Cottonee could farm it down. But Greavard's going to come in, and the opponent is going to probably throw the Psychic Fangs here. So Cottonee has something that it's going to have to decide, and they do decide to let it go, and now it's going to be all up to Cottonee and those little charms to be able to take out the Bronzor. Can they do it? Yes, they can! Cottonee coming in clutch. Good game. Picking up a 5-0 set, too. Let's go. Oh, no. Get this thing off my screen. What are you doing in my swamp, Chansey? Y'all who are in the streams, y'all know that meme. I got a soundboard that I've recently put in. It's a fun time. So let's drop the attack of the Pokemon that already has no attack stat. I love it. I know that they're going for the Icy Wind because that's technically the correct thing to do here, but my goodness, it's just funny to watch Chansey, something with literally no attack stat, have its attack lowered. It's like, tink! You kind of have to stay in, though, because Greavard really doesn't appreciate seeing something like Chansey. When you're running an ABA Lick team like this, very nice move timing there, by the way. If you're running something with, like, ABA Lick, right, typically normal types are going to break this team up quite a bit. So, gonna safe swap in the Chansey. The opponent comes in with a Drapion trainer. Unfortunately, these charms are going to eat this Drapion for breakfast, but letting it go, it's a crunch. The opponent doesn't have Sludge Bomb, as I don't think you would want it in this meta, honestly. So able to get able to get switch advantage, and there's a swine up in the back. O-Trainer has to give up a shield here, unfortunately for them. Greavard and Seal looking to be able to tag team the rest of this. Going straight in for the Aqua Tail, not letting the opponent have any time to do anything. They let it go. The trainer's saving a shield for the Chansey, and maybe we save a shield, 2 shields for the Greavard. No, we're gonna save 1 shield for the Greavard, and we're gonna go for the Icy Wind. The opponent goes for the Chansey. They're gonna let it go. They're saying no, that's okay. Dazzling Gleam doesn't matter. And we're gonna come in with Greavard, go for those Psychic Fangs here, and be able to get a couple of, I would say probably 3 or 4 Psychic Fangs would be enough to take this out, right? As low as this is, so if you're the opponent in this situation, maybe they don't know the moveset, and that's fair. But if you do know the moveset and you do know that the Greavard has Psychic Fangs, you typically don't want to shield the first one because it's going to do more damage the second, third time around. So I don't think the opponent really had much play here, unfortunately, either way, because they're running Chansey and they deserve it. And what's in the... They got the swine up in the back? No, what's in the back? Trainer, send it in! Stop stalling! There. Run Chansey and stall, people. What's wrong with you? Got a good lead here. Skarmory in the lead. Shadow Skarmory at that. And the opponent says, you know what? Not today. I'm not dealing with a C. Good game, I guess. All right. Got a Dratini in the lead. Spicy Teeny here. Let's... I don't know what moves this thing has. I know what moves the bigger ones have, but I don't know. It was Wrap? What is this? Aqua Tail. Okay. They have Aqua Tail and Wrap. Opponent comes in with a Cottonee. It's Razor Leaf, so we're being very careful. Getting very quickly destroyed here. Could go for the Icy Wind, get a free shield, and then Cottonee with Charm comes in and takes care of this quite nicely. Yep, there it is. Like to see it. Gonna be able to also Charm all the way down here. The opponent only has Grass-type charge moves, so you can even let this go. And this trainer knows it. Lets it go. Just a Seed Bomb. Nothing major. And being able to get the full farm down and has a move loaded, locked, and ready for whatever comes in. And it's a Sableye. Sableye weak to Charm Trainer. What are we doing here? No. Shielding up because Cottonee's on a rampage, dude. We're just... Cottonee says, what's up, buddy? Not in my house. Oh, my God. Cottonee 1v3ing the whole team. Wow. Cottonee, your back's sore from carrying everybody like that. Good game. Cheesing right through everything. Cottonee, absolutely goated. Water Gun Wooper here on the lead in the next game. Going to be going for the Icy Wind to try and get a move off here, but the opponent does outpace the Body Slam, and I believe Mud Bomb as well. Body Slam being typically the move you're going to use. Now, Marill comes in. Going to go for the Icy Wind to lower the attack. Makes sense. Opponent just switched in. Not a terrible use of the energy here. Going to come in with the Cottonee, knowing that the opponent's Marill only has Body Slam and Aqua Tail. And honestly, Marill has, like, no offensive power whatsoever. Watch how much damage this does. Nothing. It's like watching a Chansey. It's like a little blue Chansey. Except it actually has moves. It actually does damage. I don't know, man. Marill is like... It just doesn't do well when it's got resisted damage going out. It just does not have the stats to put out much damage. The opponent's just like, I ain't dealing with this Cottonee. This thing's gonna destroy me. So, good game. Not the Wobbuffet. Wibble and wobble, but we don't fall over. Wobbuffet with counter on the lead in the next game. Now, thankfully, it's Wobbuffet, so it's really doing no damage. And the super effective licks here are really nice. So, going to be able to get the Icy Wind off. Opponent going for a move. Probably a Mirror Coat, as they are a non-purified Wobbuffet. Meaning that they're really only going to have a single move here. So, but the thing is that Wobbuffet has a very large HP stat. And it is just taking these super effective licks like it's nothing. And it's almost sad that it's being able to keep up with a Seal like this just because of the fact that it's got so much HP. So Mirror Coat doing a sizable amount of damage. Cottonee's going to come in. It does resist the counters. And the opponent does come... I don't know who this trainer is, but they should feel ashamed of themselves. No. I bet you they got a Bronzor in the back, and I'm going to be very happy to see Greavard destroy their face. Oh, get out of here with your Chansey and your Wobbuffet. You know, there are people who want to have fun. You are not a person who has fun. You are a terrible, toxic individual who wants to time people out. And while, yes, that is a viable strategy, you should feel terrible about using it. Clearly, it's not working because this Cottonee is destroying your Chansey's face. And let's be honest, everything should be able to destroy Chansey's face because it's just miserable to look at. Opponent, okay, swapping into Greavard to get that energy lead. The opponent now has to come in with that Wobbuffet with Charm, and I hope you lick it all the way down. No, I want to lick it clean. Lick it good. Lick it. Get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Wobbuffet. How many licks does it take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's Bronzor time, baby. Let's get in here and Shadow Ball the Bronzor trainer. Don't shield this, please. You don't need any shields. Don't do it. It's just a Psychic Fang, surely. Oh! They shielded it. I'm sad now. That's okay. We got shield advantage now. Easily can shield through 2 moves. Whether or not, though, we're going to be able to get to 2 Shadow Balls, I think you have to go for a bait here. But doesn't matter. They're going to go for the Psychic Fangs bait, hoping that the opponent shields this attempt at a Shadow Ball. Because they don't really have anything else. Their Chansey, I think, swapped out with like 1 HP. The Wobbuffet's gone. Shielding up this move. Give me the ball. Give it to me. No, they come in to get licked down. The Chansey gets itself destroyed. And here comes the Bronzor. And Bronzor's on a 1-way ticket to Pain Town. Boom! Good game. You deserve that. You filthy Chansey Wobbuffet user. Getting into the next game. Where did they come from? Trainers, stop it! All of you! Have some self-respect! No! Absolutely, yes, exactly! You put that Cottonee in and you charm down this pathetic fat pink thing! This pink nightmare! You know what I wanted to do? I wanted somebody to send me an Evo Cup shoutcast for Chansey. Nope, none of my Discord members ever did, but I was gonna sit there and shame every single one of them as they played it. It was gonna be a great time. But instead I get to shame these trainers for running Little Cup Chansey. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. And you know what? You deserve every bit of what's coming to you in this game. Because I bet you, in the back, there's a Bronzor waiting to get smacked. You know, I have run into a couple of those lock-on flying press Smurgles. Also, screw those things. Those things are disgusting. Gligar's in the back. Never mind. Hold up. We got a game now, folks. There's actual Pokemon living here. The opponent has the Dino in the back. Let's not forget. After sitting here looking at Chansey for 20 minutes, and this is the correct alignment here, as we want to be able to put Seal on the Dino because it has the opportunity to do super effective damage to that Icy Wind. Now, swapping in to catch the charge move here as the opponent goes for that Aerial Ace. I would have honestly, I think you just let the Greavard go at this point. They're going to get the energy lead here, though. I don't know if we're going to be able to take out the Dino, though, at a shield disadvantage. It's very unfortunate, but I think at this point, the Dino is just at a point where it gets Dragon Breath everything down. So unfortunately, this decrepit Chansey user is going to be able to get the best of us, and I feel so bad about it. But we're going to shield anyway, because Greavard, the pup that could possibly pull this off. Let's see. Nope, the defense dropped. That's it. I don't think we were going to be able to make it to another Psychic Fangs anyway, but that was just kind of like... You get the defense drop, and that's pretty much it. Opponent has the audacity to go for another move. Well, that's going to be a good game, unfortunately, but well played. Some really fun battles. I enjoyed watching Chansey get taken down several times. Just a darn shame that the end of the last game had to be that Chansey. The Chansey trainer. The Chansey got destroyed. But unfortunately, the Gligar Dino combination was a little bit too much to overcome. But really appreciate you sending these battles in, Hot Cheese Thief. The Cheese team definitely looking strong here. Trainers, if you're seeing a similar range of Pokemon at your ELO range, you can give this team a try. I think Greavard is a really, really strong underdog in this meta. 6 feet underdog, mind you. Ha! Dad jokes, baby. I got them all day. Tip your waitresses. I'll be here all week. Y'all have a great... well, I guess a great rest of your day, evening, morning, or night. Catch y'all on the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.